Hello, in this tutorial, I'll show you how to archive pages in Notion. Here's a step-by-step guide on how to archive pages in Notion. The first thing I'd like you to know first off is that Notion doesn't have a specific archive feature, but you can effectively archive pages by organizing them into separate archive folders or using some alternative methods that I'm going to show you. Now you can move pages to an archive folder. And how do you do that? The first thing to do is to create an archive folder. How can you create an archive folder? In the sidebar, go ahead and create a new page to act as your archive folder. So at the top corner, go ahead and click on create a new page. And in this new page, you're going to have to name it archive. Then leave the content blank, as we have over here. Now you're going to have to move pages into this archive folder, which is the second step to take rather. So move pages into the archive folder as your second step. So to archive a page, go ahead and simply drag and drop the page from its current location into the sidebar, or in the sidebar into your newly created archive page. Now, how do we do that? Let's say this is a page, recipe book, and we have reading plan, and I want to archive them. So I'm just going to drag and drop them into this archive folder to archive it. So recipe book, drag and drop, and reading plan, drag and drop. That's it. So once I go ahead and click on this arrow that is right next to the archive, you see my recipe book and my reading plan have now been added under archive. So it is now under my archived folder. Okay, so this page, that is the archive page, will now be stored, or these pages which we have added will now be stored in the archive folder which we have here. So effectively archiving it. So this is pretty much an archive. Now, if you want to keep your sidebar clean, you can go ahead and collapse the archive folder by clicking the small arrow next to it in the sidebar. Now, this hides the pages inside until you need them. So instead of you to have the pages just open over here and you want to keep your sidebar clean, go ahead and click on this arrow, and then it collapses the pages under it, and it's just set to archive. That's pretty much it. So if you want to go back to them, just go ahead and use the arrow, and the arrow displays all the pages that are under archive to show that these pages have been effectively archived using the archive folder. So this is pretty much the hack that you can take, or that you can use to archive a folder in Notion, since Notion does not have an inbuilt archive option. Another step to take is to actually use a separate workspace, which is totally optional. So go ahead and create a separate workspace for archiving by, of course, creating a separate workspace, a specific section within your current workspace dedicated to archive pages. So just move pages into that workspace when they are no longer active. And that's it. That's how you can effectively archive pages in Notion, even without a built-in archive feature. So you can go over this tutorial from top to bottom to get acquainted with the steps, and of course, once you are done, you will be good to go. I hope this tutorial marvelously helped you search.